You think that because you write some posts that are at best condescending, at worst some of the rudest shit I've ever seen in my life, and if people want to get bent over and that's their decision. It's fine by me if you want to do that, but I'm not gonna deal with that. It's just a foolish decision by people who should have just never done what they did. It's not about the book. The book is great. The art is great. Sorry, I cannot forgive them for that stupid decision. It's a business. It's complete business. My dislike for how they handled it from a business standpoint. I wish that I could continue backing it, but I don't trust them. I think this is a eulogy for Heavy Metal Magazine. So let's kind of remember the days and take out our old issues of heavy metal, the heavy metal issues that blow our. So the Heavy Metal #1 reboot issue has been out for, I don't know, like a month and a half or something. I've been quite busy with life. I finally received it. I think I received it like 2 weeks after I made my video about how they screwed up. And I'm still very unhappy with Heavy Metal Magazine. But for those who don't know, I'll kind of give you just a very quick background of what happened. As I show you, I'll probably show you the issue. I'll probably flip through the issue as I'm doing this. I'm recording the voiceover before recording the video because I think I work better when I'm allowed to kind of shoot the shit. But anyways, for those who don't know, Heavy Metal Magazine had a Kickstarter to bring it back, to reboot it. I think it's a completely new company. I have no idea who owns it or what's going on with it. But they had a Kickstarter. They raised I don't even remember, hundreds of thousands of dollars. The Kickstarter ended, and then issues of Heavy Metal started showing up in comic book shops before they were showing up to their backers of their Kickstarter. Kind of a sleazy move, if you ask me. It kind of made me not want to have anything to do with heavy metal after that. But unfortunately, that wasn't the end of the controversy, at least for me. And I'm actually quite shocked that nobody's talking about it. One of my issues is that, so they offered a 20% off to their angry mob members, as they call it. I guess they were making jokes about it. About them being late. I don't even say that they were being condescending. I think they were being extremely disrespectful to their audience. Some people were fed up. Some people told me boo hoo hoo, cry about it. And I don't want to be a negative person, but if you want to get fucked, that's your decision. I don't. I would prefer to get my product before everybody else. But anyways, so the book comes out in comic book shops, and I will say I am not blaming anybody from the creative side of it. All the artwork is great. No issues from that standpoint. It's pretty much just strictly, not pretty much, it is 100% strictly business problems I have. So the book comes out, whatever. So they said they were going to give a 20% off discount code that their angry mob members could use. I never received it. They didn't send it to me through Kickstarter. I found it randomly. Actually, yesterday, some guy posted that the 20% off coupon for the angry mob members is back. I guess it was there before, but I never saw it. They didn't send it to me. Heavy Metal didn't send it to me directly. It was some random guy on their little group on some app called Circle, which I had never heard of before. I don't know. So they were doing a subscription-based thing where you could get 6 issues for the year, because they're doing it bi-monthly, for $79.99, or you could buy the hardcovers, I think, which is $129 or $139. I don't remember the exact amount. And I'm kind of pissed that I never got an email or an update about the 20% off coupon from Heavy Metal at any point. And again, they're putting business before their backers. And then they were giving a free gift as well. I don't know what the free gift is. It's probably something stupid like a t-shirt or something, if that even. I don't even know. That's probably giving them too much praise. It's probably some fucking tchotchke bullshit that nobody's ever going to use. Some like cheap statue or some shit that they probably printed in China for 10 cents. and then put a $25 price on it for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm not happy with heavy metal. I'm not going to be backing heavy metal ever again. I'm not going to be buying heavy metal issues ever again. Because I think that the days of heavy metal are over. And I think that they're just kind of taking the name and trying to make as much money as they possibly can at this current point, and then they're going to fuck off. And I don't see this getting past issue 5. I'm not a truth teller. I'm not Nostradamus, but I don't see this going very far, especially if you keep screwing your backers. It's going to be really funny when the subscriptions, when they, like, the people who subscribed don't get their books, or those comic book shops get it before the subscribers, because they already have your money at that point. So it doesn't... Why do they have to... They've shown me that they can't get my book to me in a timely manner. Why the fuck would they do it this time? So I will not be buying heavy metal, but I'm so thankful for the fact that I have old issues of heavy metal that I can look through that will give me thousands upon thousands of hours of entertainment forever, for the rest of my life. And I mean, the art is good in these books. I will say it's very, very good. I'm doing a flip through in front of you guys. But it's not Juillet. It's not Mobius. It's not any of those guys. Metal Hurlant is reprinting all of that stuff, which I think is great, and I think you should absolutely back Metal Hurlant. They care about the customer. It got to me way before it got to anyone, before I got to, well, I mean, obviously me and the backers, before I got to Amazon, before I got to wherever else it's going to be sold, because it's probably going to be sold pretty much everywhere, comic book shops, stuff like that. Yeah, man, I mean, heavy metal to me is absolutely dead, 100%. And I think that the people who are running heavy metal are super greedy, and they are just looking for a cash grab at this point. I feel bad for the creators who are involved, because they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. They have to kind of, because, I mean, you get people like Tim Vigil, who, you know, is pretty much at the poverty line. The last time I'd heard him talk about any kind of money situation, and, you know, this is kind of his vehicle to kind of make some money at this current point. And I think that heavy metal is really treating not only their fans like shit, but they're treating their creators like shit. And it's not a good look. I'm not happy with heavy metal whatsoever. And I'm sure that there are going to be people who are going to be sitting there going, whoa, cry about it, cry about it, cry about it. I don't need to cry about it, because heavy metal needs me more than I need heavy metal. I have old issues of heavy metal that I can look at. I can look at every single line that Juillet puts on the page, that Mobius puts on the page, that Kaza puts on the page. I can look at those for hours and hours and hours, thousands of hours. I don't need these new issues of heavy metal. I wanted to back it because I believed, oh man, it'd be cool to bring heavy metal back. They screwed me. I'm done. And they screwed me twice, so I'm not going to get screwed a third time. You know, it's just not something I want to go through again. But yeah, I mean, that 20% off coupon bullshit. I never received it, never got it. And now they're like, oh, you don't even get that free gift. But yeah, man, I mean, it's really sad. It's a really sad day, because I believe this is absolutely the death of Heavy Metal Magazine. I understand it's a business. Everybody's got to make money, but let's make sure we get it to our backers before we get it to the comic book shops. I know comic book shops are struggling as well, but, I mean, I don't know. Don't put it on fucking, Kickstarter. I want to read their apology, but I don't want this to kind of be like a Lenny Bruce situation where he's reading his, court documents. So I don't want it to be boring. But basically, they give some sorry, sad excuse as to why the comic book showed up, or why the magazines showed up to comic book shops before it showed up to backers, which is unbelievably stupid and probably not true. I'll put it on the screen for you guys so you can read it. I haven't read it in a while, but from what I can remember, it was a bunch of bullshit. That's just like, sorry guys, we fucked up, and then they fucked their angry mob members again. It's an absolute disappointment. I really believed in heavy metal. I really wanted heavy metal to come back, but it's, we live in a completely different time now. And this kind of explains why nobody respects the comic book industry anymore, because you get fucking idiots like this who have no problem screwing over the people who are backing them, making it so that their book can be printed and then they screw them over, and then they give some kind of fucking snarky apology. So, I mean, again, people are going to sit there and go cry about it. Oh, cry about it, cry about it, cry about it. Boo hoo hoo. Whatever. I don't care. I have patience. Yada, yada, yada. That's fine. If you want to get fucked, that's totally your decision to get fucked. It's not my decision. So I won't back it. And then you'll be the ones crying at the end of the day when Heavy Metal Magazine is no longer in print because they screwed everyone over who supported it and made sure that they could print their book. So I don't care. I don't need Heavy Metal Magazine. Will they survive? Hopefully. For their sake, they do. I'm not a doom and gloom type of guy. I want everyone to succeed in the comic book industry. People who screw over the fan base, I really don't want them to, but, you know, hopefully they can kind of step it up. I definitely think that if they ever bring back another Kickstarter, that's going to just be the sign of the death. Like, they're almost dead. So I would say don't back that. If they come back with another Kickstarter, that means they need funds to print another book. And they will probably continue to make the stupid fucking mistakes that they always make. Well, that they've made so far, excuse me. They've made 2 massive mistakes to the people who backed their books. And had I not seen that post from some random guy who was a member about their 20% off, I never would have known it existed. And I'm sorry, but you should, as a mob member guy, you should make sure that I get that fucking coupon code. So I'm not going to be using that coupon code at all. If unfortunately I didn't have to give my email address away, I'd probably just give it to somebody if they really wanted it bad enough, but I'm not going to do that. It's just going to kind of stay there, and I'm never going to use it. Maybe if they get bought out by another company or something, I don't know, maybe I'll buy it, but it wouldn't work anyway, so who cares? Maybe I would buy a t-shirt or something, but I don't even know if you could use it on a t-shirt. I have no idea. But I'm very disappointed with Heavy Metal Magazine. It is not the same Heavy Metal Magazine. And I'm so sad because I wanted to experience the amazingness that people got to experience in the 70s when heavy metal was coming out. And you got this amazing artwork from these artists you've never heard of, or these kind of artists who aren't as well known by the mainstream. I was really hoping that this would be the thing. But the thing is, you don't need heavy metal's name on anything. Let's create, I hope that one day we can create a new heavy metal magazine that isn't heavy metal, and it could be owned by people who actually give a shit about their audience and give a shit about comic books. It's just a bad look. It's very bad luck. I will say, whoever was in charge of hiring the artists or getting the people on, they did a good job because the art's really good. There's not much of a story there, It's like your typical heavy metal. Like, the story's not great, but the art's phenomenal. But yeah, man, I was really hoping that we would be back to the olden days, the days when heavy metal was just amazing and beautiful and life-changing for people who are artists and people who love comics. But that wasn't going to happen simply because of a business fucking move. And it's just like, business always gets in the way of the art, always does. So I would definitely say do what you want. I'm not going to tell you to not buy it. I'm not going to tell you to buy it. I'm just going to say I'm not buying it. I have no interest in it. And they've screwed me too many times. I was pretty much done after they screwed me in the beginning, but whatever. I know if people say, oh, you're sour grapes, I guess I'm sour grapes. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I just kind of want to do this rambling video and show this book off. So my final opinion about this book: the art is great. Everything involving the artistic stuff is phenomenal, and it's fucking so sad. It's so sad because this could have been a rejuvenation. This could have been a resurrection. But man, Metal Hurlant Humanoids is absolutely killing it right now, making sure their books are on time. They actually have a schedule to print these books in a reasonable amount of time. They're not, they're asking for money up front with their Kickstarter, but, they're at least delivering it to me before everyone else gets it. Why can't we do this? Who the fuck is running Heavy Metal Magazine? And I don't care about your excuses, because you are not doing what you're supposed to do to compensate for the fact that you fucked up. You think that because you write some posts that are at best condescending, at worst some of the rudest shit I've ever seen in my life, and if people want to get bent over and fucked, that's their decision. It's fine by me if you want to do that, but I'm not gonna deal with that. So this is kind of me rambling. But everybody in the comments, what is your opinion of the Heavy Metal Magazine reboot? Did you back it? Are you upset? Are you kind of like thinking, hey man, you're kind of overreacting? If you think I'm overreacting, then hey man, that's great. Maybe I am. I don't know. But just a foolish decision by people who should have just never done what they did. It's not about the book. The book is great. The art is great. The story is whatever. There's some great artists in here. I wish that they didn't do this. I wish that they had just printed the book and brought it out to comic book shops and then maybe did a Kickstarter later or something like that if they needed extra funds or the funds right now or whatever. But they just decided to make a stupid decision that I think is unacceptable, and I'm sorry, I cannot forgive them for that stupid decision. It's a business, it's complete business. My dislike for how they handled it from a business standpoint. I wish that I could continue backing it, but I don't trust them. I don't trust that they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we have 6 issues coming out, and then it dies after issue 2, and then they're like, we don't return your money because it's not guaranteed. Or whatever, I don't know. Maybe they'll do some like Kickstarter bullshit. Hopefully they would make the 6 issues and then be like, we're dead at that point. I don't know. But I can't see this book going that far. I cannot see Heavy Metal selling a lot. I think after issue 1, that's how things work. After issue 1, the sales kind of die down, and then eventually, and they've already screwed people over. So I think it's going to be, I think this is a eulogy for Heavy Metal Magazine. So let's kind of remember the days and take out our old issues of heavy metal, the heavy metal issues that blow our fucking tits off from the 70s, the 80s, and even that 90s stuff when they were trying to sell us porn all the time, every other page. But man, you got some great Bisley artwork in there. You got so much great stuff in those 90s books. I mean, even the 90s heavy metal are fucking better. I mean, they're not better than what we got, but at least they handle the business aspect better. So I think heavy metal should I would have just been like, hey man, we fucked up. You know, there's no excuse for it. Like, you know, we understand that you're angry with us, but hopefully we could make it up to you. Not sitting there coming up with a bunch of fucking excuses as to why they couldn't deliver it to the Kickstarter people. I think there's too much people pleasing going on in this world right now. I think honesty is the best option. Just be like, man, we fucked up, and we're sorry, and hopefully you can forgive us. Had they done that, I probably would have backed Heavy Metal issue 2, which I don't even think there's gonna be a back, but I probably would have gotten the subscription, and I would have been like, yeah, they fucked up, whatever. But I will say this: if you are looking for some awesome fucking art and some cool stories and some great stuff that isn't in your typical mainstream comics, absolutely absolutely buy Heavy Metal issues from now on. There's some interesting stuff going on there. Hopefully it continues to be interesting. I will not be backing it though. I will not be purchasing it. I will not even be looking at it. So this is kind of my end of the road for heavy metal, the modern heavy metal stuff. But I definitely will be doing some reviews and some flip throughs of some old issues of heavy metal when fucking heavy metal was the shit, when it was like mind blowing, because they had, you know, Marvel was killing it, DC was killing it, and heavy metal was like, hey man, we got to bring these European artists or these artists that people don't hear about or don't know about. And we got to fucking be in competition with those guys. And Marvel and DC are pretty fucking terrible right now. So, I mean, you know, if you're looking for some cool looking comics, I would definitely say pick this up. It's a good size. It's very, I mean, it's a thick magazine. And I think I paid like $15 for it. And I think I paid $20 for the special cover or whatever. Cool stuff. I mean, it's really, really cool stuff, but I'm just so upset of how they handled it from a business standpoint. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I got some more videos coming up soon. I got some Kaza. We're going to finally go through some Kaza. I got some Mobius, more Mobius stuff. And no more modern heavy metal. So I know it's sad. It's really, really sad. I wish I could cover it, but I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna support them. I think my money could be spent better on supporting indie artists who are kind of not getting a vehicle in which they can show their work off to. And Metal Hurlant, fucking Humanoids is killing it right now. But Humanoids, please put out some more fucking English versions of your stuff. We want it. Everything I gotta buy from Humanoids is in fucking French. So that's sad. But as a former Angry Mob member, I'm not back in heavy metal. Just not happening.